If you have a drug dealer and he's black and he's been selling dope for more than 5 years, he's wearing expensive clothes, quite expensive, but every time he's arrested, within 2 days he's on the streets again selling dope in the same neighborhood where he was arrested. And then you have other guys that begin to sell dope, small quantities, and they're locked up for 2 or 3 years. Because the local state has a strict policy when it comes to drugs. Then one day, your cousin asks you, Jeffrey, let's say your name is Jeffrey, what's going on with that drug dealer, that Nick, that nobody locks him up? If I walk around with 2 grams of weed on me, I can go to jail for at least a half year. Especially if you're black, there's racial profiling going on here. They don't take it. How come this black dude, this Nick, he's selling dope all the time, he's driving in expensive cars, he's living the quote-unquote good life here, and none of the cops arrest him anymore? Then your cousin tells you, Jeffrey, this guy is a sellout. He has some kind of weird deal. Or he has a deal with the devil himself that he can be at ease like that. And later you find out that this guy is part of a satanic cult, of whom some politicians are also a member. And it's because of his membership in this cult, that includes some politicians, that the local governor grants him amnesty every time he's locked up. So after a while, the police officers decide not even to bother him anymore, because every time the governor hears that he's arrested, the governor grants amnesty and they need to release him. And in exchange, he would snitch on all the other guys in the street selling drugs. So he would be helping the prison complex getting more prisoners while he's out. So the only reason he's out and he's left alone because he has a deal. He's part of satanic cult. And here's another thing. If you're in the streets wearing expensive clothes, selling dope, other guys in the streets may become envious of you and attack you and rob you. But nobody robs this Nick. You know why? Because in the streets, it is known that this guy is part of some devil-worshipping cult, and that everyone that tries to rob him will face hauntings by evil spirits. It is known. That's why even the most furious reprobates don't dare to rob him. But if you would see it without looking at the bigger picture, you would think, huh? How come this guy is out? When you look at the bigger picture, you understand what's going on. Okay, that was the parable. Understand the following. Some people have contracts with evil spirits at your expense. The evil spirits work on their behalf as long as they trap others in negativity. Because demons feed off negativity. Look, you have people that use paranormal aid. It's just aid. They're not into contracts with demons. Demons still have a hold on them because they're involved with the paranormal, but they're not into contracts. And then you have pagans who have contracts with evil spirits. It can be that you have this Charles and he's worshipping mermaids. He lives in California, and from time to time he goes to the Sea Lodge where he meets with some mermaids. This guy, he has his own business that he shares with 2 other men, his business partners, and the business goes well. But the only reason business goes well is because he has a charm that works on his behalf. The other 2 businessmen are aware of it. In exchange, they are assisting pedophile rings Why? Because they need to keep negativity in the community so that demons can feed off of it. So that guy, Charles, and his two business partners, they're not millionaires, but they have an income of around 8,000 euros a month. And they also have, each of them also has 2 houses. So them and their families are living a life of luxury and ease, but that's at the expense of the community. They are harming many little children and ruin the lives of many folks permanently so that they are at ease. You have folks like that. They have an easy existence because they're walking with demons. They are in contract with demons, and it's at your expense. You have people that use paranormal aid and often not even aware it's paranormal. You have those folks. And then you have folks who are in contract with evil spirits. They know very well that they're evil spirits. But because they are selfish and narcissistic, they just want to be relieved. They have no problem with other people as long as they are relieved. You have such people. They exist. Often such people will pretend to be atheists or agnostics, or they'll pretend to be radical believers for Christ. They have those cover-ups so that you won't notice what they're involved in. Yes, not only quote-unquote atheists or agnostics are often involved in such things. You also have quote-unquote fundamental Bible believers that are really warlocks and witches in disguise. They have paranormal contracts and they have this cover to fool others. Those are sellouts. They are traitors to the human species. They want ease from the human population, and at the same time, they bring the human population in danger to get that ease from the human population. That's the same as what a narcissist does. But these people, they do it with the aid of demons. They get ease, that's narcissistic supply from the community, and at the same time, they charge the community with their frustrations. And when the community is charged with frustrations, demons get a hold on the community. There are folks doing these things. So next time you see anyone having smooth success, ask yourself which demon is behind it. Nobody in this world can have smooth success without demonic aid. Because anyone becoming successful in anything faces backlash by the community. Because worldly people are the relief seekers and they can't stand it when they can't control you. So when you have success, when you're prospering, they'll become upset, they'll become frightened, they'll take it out on you. Some will even take your life. So it can't be that someone has things happening for them all the time, at ease, and there's no demon spirit behind it. I told you this before. There are times demons, without your involvement, they voluntarily will assist you. But why are the demons doing that? You're not even aware they're doing it. You're not into devil worship, but demons sometimes will make things go easy for you. Not always. There are times demons will do that. Why? Because they're setting you up for something tragic that's about to happen. Some people ended up in marriages where they and the children were born out of that marriage were severely abused, and there are cases when such families even, there are cases in which children even die due to narcissistic abuse, or where one spouse kills the other. And in many of those cases, when you go to the beginning of it, the relationship started so smooth and so easy. That was the trap. Look, just know that there are people who are operating in ease at your expense. Even if they're not doing it to you directly, they are doing it to you because you're part of human community. You have such folks. They want to have money, and not millions. They don't have millions. They want to have money. They want to have ease. They don't want to worry about paying the rent. They don't want to face rejection by other people. They don't want to face any difficulty. You just want to be left alone completely. The only way they can be left alone completely is with demonic aid. And in exchange, they need to keep the people around them in a state of negativity. There was this one movie I watched a while ago. And in the movie, there is a scene in which they go to the past. And they figured out that there was this woman who had a sick husband, but the doctors couldn't help him. She even went to church, but the priests couldn't help him further. So she went to some warlock to get some charm. And the husband got better physically. But now the husband became an alcoholic and began to beat her often. That was a side effect of the charm. Now the husband had frustrations already. It were those frustrations that led to that physical sickness to begin with. Now that the body was relieved from the tension worked out in a different way, in him becoming drunk often and beating her. So there was no real deliverance, there was just relief. And that's how it goes with paranormal. In the paranormal there is no deliverance, only relief. Things are relocated and shifted. There's no actual change. So this woman, instead of learning her lesson not to mess with the paranormal, she went further. She went into a contract with a demonic principality that granted her immunity from life's difficulties. And what happened? That small farm they had became successful. The export of their farm exceeded the export of the whole region. They extended their house. So everything was going well for them. But at the same time, there were people around dying from cancer and other diseases. So things went wrong with everyone else in the community. And after a while, many people moved away from that community, and eventually that town became a ghost town, and many of the houses deteriorated and collapsed. Only the farm, where the farmhouse, the extended farmhouse of that woman remained. Her husband died, though to drinking too much alcohol. I'm not sure if they called an overdose, but he died because he really drank too much. She had children and grandchildren, it went on and on. But eventually, the grandchildren left the property. A great-grandchild came over there because she knew she had relatives that used to live in that house. But she was unaware of the history. But that house was haunted. Now, how the movie ends, I'm not even sure what the name of the movie was anymore. You can check it out for yourself if you know which movie I'm talking about. But in this movie, they show you that this woman went to the paranormal, she got some relief, but the relief backfired on her. Instead of being smart and for faith in the paranormal, she went deeper. And she got extended relief. I don't want to say better relief because it's not a good thing when you get things from evil spirits, but okay. She got extended relief, but it was at the expense of the community. So the people in the community had accidents, they got sicknesses, they got all kinds of bad stuff happening to them, while she had all the ease. Listen, such things happen. Next time you meet someone and everything is at ease with them all the time, ask which evil spirit is behind it. Ask it to yourself. You don't have to ask them. Sometimes it's not really them that are involved in some demonic contract, it's their parents or their grandparents, or they're part of a cult that operates under demonic charm. You have that also. Some people join cults and they're not aware those are cults, but because there's a demonic principality that charms that cult, them being part of that cult enables things to go easy for them. They may not be aware it's a cult. Maybe it's their parents that are members of this cult and they are benefiting from this charm. So that's why things are so easy with them. But nevertheless, there is some demonic spirit behind it. I'm not saying things can't go well with an individual, but when everything starts off good, when everything goes so smooth with an individual, that's not normal and it's not natural. It's paranormal. So don't be deceived. If Christ himself was persecuted, how can we expect any better than what happened to him? Agree with Christ and be at peace.